Well, now, brothers and sisters, the time of the service has come to where it's our opportunity to take an offering. Ushers, will you position yourselves at the front and prepare to wait on the people? Amen. Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, Day 3 of Yaakov, and we are going to read just a little bit further in Shemot or Exodus chapter number 35. Let's go down to verse number 4 that says, And Moshe spoke to all the congregation of the children of Israel, saying, This is what the word which Yahweh commanded, saying, Take from among you a contribution to Yahweh. Everyone whose heart so moves him, let him bring it as a contribution to Yahweh. I know. We all have had those moments where we sat in an audience and someone up front indicated that it was time to take, receive, bring, whatever verb that they chose to use, the offering. And plates which were prepared for a certain purpose. They could be, I've seen them metal, I've seen them wood, I've seen the bags with the little handles on them. I've even seen Kentucky Fried Chicken buckets. Really. Anything to be a container to pass among the people or to situate so that the people could march up front and put their offerings in. But the idea was to take up a collection of funds. Now, it's interesting that Moshe goes up on the mountain and spends a second 40-day period of time interceding in behalf of Israel. And he is there to receive the renewed covenant, which he brings down. And as we have already described this week, he has assembled the people together, which is a good thing, a positive thing. He has given a short teaching on Shabbat. Again, it's a great thing. The first action that he tells the people to undertake is to bring an offering. And when we mention offerings, bringing the tithe into the storehouse from Malachi 3, I can hear from where I'm sitting a collective groan at times that goes through people's hearts about remembering the times that we were literally, not just figuratively, but literally coerced and manipulated, emotionally abused, perhaps, shamed, into giving and to whatever the situation was. It could have been a missions thing, a building project, the weekly tithe and offerings. And it was this, the sermon preached, the short sermon preached about the giving so that you would be encouraged, urged to give. Let me offer, for those who don't have the familiarity of it, what goes on behind the scenes a bit. Sometime during the course of the week, or perhaps once a month, whoever is the most responsible, be it the chief elder or pastor or whoever it is given an understanding of the finances in the congregation. They're good. We have excess funds that we can use for ministry purposes, a project that we've been trying to undertake in order to benefit some part of the congregation, some part of the local community, to send to Israel. That's when it's good. What's tough is when you are under the weight and responsibility of maintaining a building that has become the ministry. Those who undertook in the great swelling days of congregational numerical increase, people are just coming through the door and we got to find a place to put them. And so we're going to take this building project on, and they obligate themselves to a very expensive building only to end up with a place that's costing them tens of thousands of dollars a month. And if the money doesn't come in, then those who signed the dotted line in behalf of the congregation are stuck, and the place is hurting. It has been well reported about large congregational structures that are now being used for other things other than congregational purposes. They are storage facilities, they are now nightclubs, they are warehouses, they're all kinds of things. There is also then not just the building. Maybe you're not really over your head in a building. It could be that you are trying desperately just to keep the lights on. Been in those congregations. I pastored those congregations, and it can be tough. And when money is not there, when the funds are inadequate to keep things going, the pressure and the stress and the anxiety becomes something that it just leaks into everything that you're doing. Yah's kingdom is built of the good-hearted, the well-meaning, the moved upon individuals who will take, and oftentimes they don't have much themselves, but they give, and they give sacrificially because they believe in something that is taking place. And they're told, give, and it will be pressed down and shaken together and running over into your bosom. And we make these scriptural promises, and people still struggle. When someone stands up and says, send in with your offering on your credit card and this vial of oil from Israel, or some water out of the river Jordan, or this piece of cloth that's been prayed over, or whatever it is, the trinket, the object will be sent to you, and miracles will come. An angel will be dispatched from glory to come and to bring you a blessing. That's manipulation, that's control, and it's borderline witchcraft. Yah doesn't need to sell you a trinket in order to get you to give. When Yah says, I am asking for those whose hearts move them to bring to me what is needed to get the job done, and he listed. Ultimately, the people brought so much that Moshe had to say, stop. We got more than we can ever use. The people were generous and they gave. Why do we give? Well, because giving is a holy thing. When we take of that which we have and we give it, it is a righteous act of worship. If worship is not a part of it, if it's coercing, if it's shaming, if it is verbally constructing things to where people feel obligated, that's not worship. And after worship says, Father, you have blessed me, and I want to give because I love you. And I believe that you're doing this thing, and I want to be a part of it. And let it be a worshipful act. So wherever it is that you congregate, I encourage you, if you believe in what your congregation is doing, support it. Give to it. If you have leadership that is working sacrificially to see that things are done, bless them, pray for them, love on them. And if Yah moves your heart to do so, give. It's not just money, though. We give our time. We give our prayers and our intercessions. We give our encouragement. We send letters and little cards. We send likes and thumbs up on the internet and comments and so forth to help the ministry go. And I said none of this to encourage you to give here. There are some who do, and who do so regularly, and for that we're thankful. But I encourage you, ask Yah where it is He wants you to be a partner, a giver, and participator, and give whatever it is that He says to give, whether it's your time or your love or your encouragement, or maybe even $1 or $2. We'll see you again tomorrow. To then, shalom.